What's up, guys? Back again another day here at Whitley Auto Works. Just got back from LKQ and picked up a few goodies from the junkyard. Let me show you what I got. Okay, so as I showed you in the previous video, this bezel piece on the other one was cracked right in this area and the vent was hanging down, so I picked up another one of these. And also I showed you that my cluster was the regular standard cluster, which if you notice on my cluster right here, it had the temperature, and over here it had the gas, but it didn't actually have a tachometer. So what I'm going to show you in this video is it's actually a plug and play. You can take an EX cluster with a tachometer and basically everything will plug in exactly the same on the back. So let me show you how to do it. Alright guys, so first thing I'm going to do is this steering wheel. Let's address this. This button's fine, but that button not so good. So when I was at the junkyard, I actually picked up another button, and basically you just pop the old one out with a flathead and put the new one in. So let's get to it. Alright, I know it's kind of hard to see, but you basically get in there and let's see, get in there and pry it out. Alright, here on my lap I have the old button and the new one. Basically, the button just pops in and you have these two little wires that clip on to the back of the connector. So basically you just pop the old one out right there with a little plastic clip. This little piece, you just pop it out with a flathead, and then you plug up the wires and push everything back in. If you remember before, it was all busted. Now, everything works great. Alright guys, so first step of the bezel cluster swap is to get the screws out. If you look under here, there's actually two screws up under here, and then there's a hidden screw right here behind the hazard button. So let's go ahead and get those out. Alright, so basically after you pry the hazard switch out, this one's actually missing, but if you see right in there, there's a little screw that usually goes right there. So now we can carefully pop the whole bezel out. Alright, now as you can see, the cluster, in order to get it, it has two bolts just like this on both sides. So let's remove those and get the cluster out. After doing that, you can finally pull the cluster out. Just kind of flip it up like this and pull it out. And you'll actually have little plugs on the back. Each plug has a little tab like that, so press it down and pull it out. This is what the back of the cluster looks like. Here's all the plugs. You got 4 plugs in this one, and then all the other plugs are right there. If you look at the two clusters, they're practically identical. This one right here is the one with the new tachometer, and this is the old one. Same plugs. Let's get it. Alright, now that we got the new cluster in, let's crank everything up and make sure the new tachometer works before we button everything up, and we're good to go. Let's try it. You now have a tachometer. And here's your finished product. So as you guys can tell, it's pretty simple. It's pretty much plug and play. It's 3 screws for the bezel and 4 screws for the cluster and like 4 plugs. And everything is actually, color coded and right there. So basically you just unplug it and plug the new ones in. You can't make a mistake with it. The connectors only go back in one way. So the last thing for us to do before we're ready and done for today is to take it down the road, test drive it, and make sure everything works. As you can tell, the tachometer, everything's working great, and we're good to go. That completes the install. Alright guys, well, that completes the gauge cluster install. Like I said, it's pretty simple. Direct bolt in, and you finally have a tachometer in your Civic if you didn't before. As always, like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Like I said, this is just the first of many videos. We're going to be doing little projects like this, and then we're going to be doing bigger projects like the whole front end repair and paint and wheels, suspension, everything to this car. So don't miss a minute. See you next time.